This is CBS 6 News in high definition.
Good evening, and thank you for staying with us for CBS 6 News at 5:30. I'm Liz Bishop.
And I'm Jerry Gretzinger. 6 arrests and a new twist. The case in the robbery and death of Takeem Smith of Troy takes a turn. We've learned a suspect's mother has turned over a piece of evidence to police. Matt Markham explains the significance and why police aren't saying much more about it.
A piece of evidence piercing the case. Sources tell CBS 6 a sharp object had been found at the scene where Takeem Smith was stabbed to death. He was allegedly lured there by two young women. We're told the mother of one of them handed over the object 2 days after police scoured the apartment. Troy cops are not commenting.
Why might the police not be speaking out on this case?
Well, two reasons, and it depends on whether or not this is the murder weapon.
Criminal defense attorney Tom Carr says the officers could have missed it in their search. But now, a week after the crime, he says this is unusual, especially since it was produced by a suspect's mother.
Producing the murder weapon from their apartment might tend to cast more guilt on that person rather than just a simple conspiracy charge.
The two girls that appeared in Troy City Court this morning may end up facing lesser charges later on. That's because of their ages. They're just 16 and 18 years old.
They could get charge reduced to a misdemeanor. They could be looking at what's called a youthful offender, where the record would be sealed.
Whether or not this recently discovered sharp object is the murder weapon, it puts a rip in the people's case.
We don't know where that came from. We don't know, did that person do anything with it? So it's very difficult for the people to establish a chain of evidence with that weapon.
Police believe on February 4th, the two girls brought Smith back to this apartment with promises of sex, but 4 other young men were there to stab him to death, days after he received a large sum of money from a medical settlement. Matt Markham, CBS 6 News, Troy.